away. Just wondering, with your experience, do you sense a moment like that kind of being?
Second quarter and then the third, scoring 29, combining those two quarters. Talk about some of the details and some of the things.
We struggled. And so, I mean, if you give up 30 points in a quarter, 2 quarters in a row, that's going to be extremely hard to win the game.
We'll go to Zoom.
You always say that you give yourself a 24-hour goal just to ruminate it and let things go. You're still there. At this point in the season, you guys are someplace where you haven't been in a very long time. Are you still allowing yourself that 24 hours, or is it stinging a little bit longer? You still try to figure it out?
No, I'm just going to continue to give myself 24 hours. This is a long bad season. So, I'm not going to press the panic button. I'm going to make sure that my teammates don't press the panic button, because I'm still going to bet on us. I'm still going to always ride for my teammates. I know exactly what's in that locker room. I know the things that we've done. I've seen the things that we've done. I've seen the work that we put in. So, for me to let things like this sting, it just doesn't. It's not going to work. It's not going to change anything. It's probably going to make it worse. So I'm going to always give myself 24 hours just to kind of side out, figure it out. And then after that, we move on. We move on and we roll the punches, because it's not going to get easier. It's never going to be. It's never been easy for us. Has it been easy for you since we've been in Vegas? Right. So it's never going to be easy. So for me to be here and just losing my mind and pulling my hair out, it's something that hasn't been easy. It may look easy to a lot of different people because of the record and because of the way we play, but it's never been easy. So we're going to continue to be us, continue to find us, and grind it out. It's always one of those moments. We always have these moments. We just haven't at the beginning of the season. I don't know if that's good or bad.
And sorry about that. Just have a follow-up. First of all, congratulations. They just have 4 players on the U.S. Olympic team. It's been a long time since it's happened for Team USA. How long day then for you to start off at this tremendous high, but you've got business to take care of. But so wanted to make sure that we acknowledge congratulations and have you actually speak to the fact that you've got 4 aces going to Paris to represent the U.S. this year.
Thank you. It's been a blessing. We worked hard to get to this point. It's so cool to see my teammates now joining us in the gang at 505. So it's been a blessing, and obviously we have bigger fish that needs to be fried, and obviously that's an honor, so we're not going to overlook that. But yeah, we're blessed.
Also, Asia, I saw that you are the first player in WNBA history to have, I believe it's forgot how many, but consecutive 20 and 10 scoring games. How does that feel for you, being the number 1 option scoring, and then also for your teammates as well?
And it's my job. It's what I do. My teammates make sure that I am in a great spot to be able to thrive, and I hope that I can do the same with it. So the records are nice. it's great. It looks great on paper, but I have bigger things that I need to focus on than just doing that. I'm not coming out here being like, oh my God, I have to do this. I want to be there for my team. I want to continue to lead my team. I want to win games. And obviously it's cool, but at the same time, it's something that I don't really think about.
All right, we'll go to Zoom, Mike Vogel.
Yeah, thank you. I guess if anybody or all of you want to answer this, tonight you see a team that's 0-12 win, and it just reminds you the league is, how tough it is to win games. I just wonder if sometimes, is this a little slump, if you will, sometimes just a case of little things that go wrong in a game, or do you guys feel like there is something missing?
Like all or nothing, black or white. There's a lot of slippage, I think, and there's a lot of things that we can control. Yeah, we can't control like Chelsea isn't out there right now, but I think if anything, it's just more of a lack of accountability, and that's something that we can control, right? And so, for me, for example, like you have to go back, look at the film, figure out how you can get better, and help my team win. It's really this league, like Michael, like. Stats are great, but like no one gives a damn. Win the games. Win the games.
Thank you.
All right, Jordan Rice.
Hey ladies, Jordan from Television Sports. First, I want to say congrats on being named to the team along with Chelsea, Jackie. And then my question is for both players. I guess, of course, every team goes through a rough patch. You always have to skip the beginning of the season. Just talk about how you guys maintain that positivity in the locker room despite everything.
Come in, we'll work. I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Jordan.
Jordan. We're fighting for joy right now. Just keeping it a buck.
We're a fun group, but losing sucks.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
We gotta put the work first. The trust, I'm not quite sure, why the trust isn't there, but that's something we know we can fix and work on. We know each other well. We've been through battles. Right? And the attention to detail and, they're just, like I told them, there's these spots where we came out and we made some great steps forward offensively, and then we couldn't go to our lunch on the other end. And it's just, we got into this, especially that second quarter was really the separation factor where we're just taking it out of the net and taking it out of the net and taking it out of the net. And I agree with Kelsey, some of this is self-inflicted, but we gotta learn how to stop our own bleeding. And look, at the end of the day, this is uncomfortable and nobody likes it, but it could be one of the best things for us, honestly.
Thank you.
Hi, Jasmine. Quick question. I know you brought up Chelsea Gray not being in the not playing, being in the game or whatever, but how much of an impact has she been off the floor for you guys? We see her coaching and everything, helping you guys out. How much of an impact is she making?
I mean, she's tremendous. She has one of the most gifted basketball minds I've ever seen, and the way that she sees things, and she's always in, I'll speak for me, she's always in my ears, like, KP, run this, or look at this, or I just think overall, and Coach has talked about it too, I think we miss her joy on the court. Sheldon's someone that she brings a lot of flash, and she makes it fun. She's engaging not just our team, but also the no-look stuff gets the fans going around and go cap. It is fun and, and ones and just celebrating. And so figuring out a way to try to emulate that is really hard. And, Chelsea's just a leader and someone that we miss. And but that's not an excuse. We got to figure it out. And when she comes back, you can't just put it on her to save the day. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta figure it out and get better, and when she comes back, she just makes us that much better.
Becky, you touched on it, Minnesota 55% from the field, 65% from three, all 5 starters in double figures. Can you pinpoint or just your general assessment basically of your team tonight defensively?
Terrible. That's my general assessment. Not physical. We followed them around. I mean, there's 100 reasons why things started to fall apart there, but at the end of the day, there has to be structure that needs to be followed. And it's like when one time it doesn't work, it's like then there's doubt. It's like even offensively, it's the same thing. You can run it all right and they still might stop it. Same thing defensively. You might do it right and they still might score. The problem was tonight, I thought they had worse shots. They had wide open shots. I thought we had some wide open ones too. We missed. And that's a team that collectively, I mean, they got 6 or 7 people shooting 36, 37%. I mean, they're on a heater as a team. So your defense has to be really good 2-on-2, really solid so that you don't get into rotations. And I thought tonight we were just in too many rotations. And then when we did, there was times where it was like it was supposed to be, and nobody just went. So it was just wide open. So there is probably 3 or 4 things that I feel like if we can do these 3 or 4 things, let's just keep it 3. When I'm looking at scouting reports, whether it's offensively or defensively, give them 3 things, because I also don't want them thinking too much. Then you get paralysis, like analysis and paralysis. Like I don't want them thinking too much, but that's why I talk so much about our habits, and we're not doing anything in particular like brand new. We're just not being solid in our pace. And I think that's one thing that we're just missing is just be solid defensively. And then give us a chance, you know. I mean, they were on pace to score 120 points. They're holding 42 in the second half, felt like a win halfway. But when you give them 60 in the first half, you can't dwindle away quarters. And 29 and 30 in a 10-minute quarter is embarrassing.
Got one more in the room and we'll jump to Jim.
Yeah, question for Becky. Your team is having its own struggles, but throughout the league, we're seeing just the play being elevated just across every single team. How much, we saw this some years back with Golden State, with Cleveland rather, when teams were starting to build to beat LeBron. Mm-hmm. And then we saw teams building to beat Steph and Clay. How much do you recognize this around the league with teams building to beat the aces, and how much are you dealing with that as a coaching staff, kind of watching pieces being put together to play your team different?
I mean, the league is now spacing the floor. Nobody's playing with the traditional like pounded in big. I mean, that's very NBA-esque. It's the style of game has spread. People are just, when you look at that team, they're playing the right way. They're just playing the right way, making it the right pass. But their defense doesn't probably get enough credit too. They're smart. They're in the right spots. They play angles well. So, I think that's a team obviously that's playing very well. We're not playing very well. We're not a very good team right now. That's just reality. But we know we can get better, and we still have a lot of basketball to be played. And at the end of the day, wherever we end up, I don't think you want it. And I still have a lot of belief in this ball club. I know who they are. That hasn't changed. So we'll move on, get better. And we got Phoenix in another day.
One question each from Kevin and Rafiq, and make them short, please. Kevin?
Coach Kevin Wumble with Field Switch Network.
For you.
Despite that adversity, it seems like every game this season, Asia has either broken a record or
It's for me, so they're going.
either has broken a record or surpassed a milestone. Do you feel that she's being given the recognition that she deserves or being talked about for what she's done, and not only in this league this year, but what she's done in the first 7 years of her career?
I mean, I think people are starting to recognize, I mean, we let you guys do the talking. We want our game to do the talking. You guys can talk about whoever you want. I thought she was amazing last year. Her first year that she did win MVP, I thought it was pretty close between her and Stewie. Really honestly, I thought it could go either way. Last year, Asia won my first year. Stewie had a great year. I just thought Asia was more efficient across the board. And what our team did last year, with the record, 34-6. I mean, number one offense, number one defense, and then she doesn't get it, So I think at this point we're beyond other people's opinions. I can tell you right now, whatever records we're breaking, she's freaking pissed that we're not winning. I can tell you, she's pissed that we're not winning. So records, no records, that girl is about winning at the end of the day. And we got to give her some support. We got to try to make her life easier because she's trying to make everybody else's life easier out there on the court. And so we have to build back some trust because it's been lost.
Rafi, go ahead, close this out, please.
This is about people nothing but that sports talk. With the season being 5-5 to start the season, like, would you say that this is like one of the most challenging seasons of your coaching career in the WNBA?
Well, yeah, Rafi, we're used to losing around here. It sucks. However, we have some things that we need to work on. We're 10 games in. Quite frankly, I have not felt good about the vibes since day one. I think our defense has sucked from day one. I mean, I've had them in defensive stances doing slides like they're in second grade. I mean, I've felt it. But at a certain point, throw the schemes out, throw this, that, and third. Like, you have to play hard. Every moment you're out there, you have to play hard, you have to play the right way. It's not like a suggestion, it's mandatory. And we have not done that for 40 minutes. I mean, like I said, this is back-to-back nights, giving up 100. What's Chelsea Gray got to do with our try-hard factor? What's Chelsea Gray have to do with some of our trust? Yeah, we miss her leadership, we miss her joy that she brings, and quite frankly, she makes everybody's job easier, including mine. But we still have enough, so we're not making excuses. We've got our asses handed to us. You take it on the chin, and the only thing you have is tomorrow, and to get better tomorrow. So we can either wallow in self-pity, or we can, pick ourselves up and take the next step forward. The problem is we can't take one step forward and 2 steps back. So we're not two-stepping around here. I'm from Texas. We don't want a 2-step. Thanks for being.
Thank you. Good luck next game.